I'm Tom.
And I'm Molly.
Welcome to Friends at Gameology, hosted by MoonlightCrew.com.
Reviews for science.
In 7 minutes or less. Pandemic Legacy Season 1, the spoiler review.
You see it all.
If you haven't played Pandemic yet,
close your eyes.
And
right now.
Take out your earbuds, because we're going to talk about this and it will ruin it for you. And when I say ruin, I mean it will truly ruin it for you. I honestly believe that you should play it before you see the spoilers or listen to the spoilers. I mean, maybe you disagree, but then you'd be wrong. So
we don't want you being wrong.
Don't watch this if you haven't played yet. Well, we played it, and if you've seen our other video, the non-spoiler one, you know we got through it. Our board has a lot of stickers on it. Something we focused on early was eliminating blue.
Made it so easy to get that eradicate.
Oh yeah,
until it was gone.
We got yellow as our coda, and we eventually eliminated, or not eliminated, but got the red eradication upgrades all the way up to 3. The black one we only got on our second to last game, and then it hardly mattered, because if you played all the way through, you know that in the end you're not trying to cure.
You're just trying to do this, bad boy.
Certainly used a lot of these guys. We only ever put 2 starting research stations on there. We never did, I mean, we're not really talking about the review right now as much as I'm just waxing nostalgic, so let's just get right to it.
Yeah.
Simplicity versus complexity.
This game definitely adds more complexity to base Pandemic, and I looked at this one because ours is right here. So base Pandemic, it's obviously a bigger box. There's so many more things. 2 different kind of buildings, right? You can see in here.
3.
Well, but I mean to say different than the base. We have the research stations, and then it adds military stations, and then these. Oh, they were only in like the last 2 games when we found the virologists, the medical stations, vaccine centers, right? For these vaccines. You have coda, so all of a sudden, in your first or second game, you get a disease you can't cure, and then they become the faded.
And they're spread like zombies.
Yeah, yes, the zombies.
I know that's you, Rob Davio. I know that's you.
So I think this is it adds so much more. And I was trying to look for the actions. Right by the end of the game, we're gonna subtract this one because we used this one only in December. But before that, you had your normal.
That's not true. We used that one in
Oh, that's right, in November. You get this when you get your vaccine, is what I'm saying. But you have this normal action, and then you have all of these. Yeah. Right, so it adds 7 more until you get to the vaccine, which adds 2 more itself. And so I think it just adds a lot more that you have to keep in your head of what you can do to make it possible for you to win. But they need to and they make it harder. So there's more. It's more complex. But yes. So I would still call it a medium weight game.
Yeah, this game is so complex. We had so many different abilities that we forgot what we had. Yeah. And man, that really tanked us. And we got our characters over here. You want to grab them, those guys? The upgrades hardly mattered when we forgot that we had them. Getting scarred was never as big an issue for us. We only had one character die, and he was the mandated death one, and it was the soldier, which hurt. Because, man, that guy had some amazing upgrades on him.
Yeah, he got rid of fadeds, because he moved through. Oh.
I'm just waxing nostalgic again. This game is super complex. I'm not joking. A lot of folks are going to play it and be like, oh, Tom, he just doesn't get heavy games or something, or this is so light, how can it be complex? But, man, there's a lot of moving pieces. Yeah. Luck versus strategy.
I think this game, it has an element of luck. I think the luck for strategy is similar to base Pandemic, where you are all working together, and because there's so much you have to keep track of, it is good to have, like we said in our non-spoiler one, it is good to have multiple people to help you strategize. There's so much strategy. What do you let fall? When do you do terrible things to avoid even worse things? So I think there's a lot of strategy in that. So I think there's more on the strategy side, even though it can tend to be pretty lucky.
This game retains all of the original strategy, the strategy from the original Pandemic, but then adds on to it so much luck. It's incredible. Every time you draw, for us it was the yellow card. Any yellow card put out a faded. We had so many outbreaks because of that.
Because then the bottom card would be that
game-losing outbreaks. It was incredible and unavoidable. Yeah. You have to draw those cards at the end of your turn. But it retains all this original strategy and adds a lot more because it gives relationships, it gives different upgrades as you go. The strategy, in some aspect, is choosing which game end upgrades you're gonna put on the board or on your characters.
Well, choosing which characters was so important.
I mean, we have so many stickers on these cards. It was wild. We used the equipment ones all the time. Oh my goodness.
We got rid of those yellow cards because we're like, they're useless now.
Fun versus boring. This game is super fun. I do want to state, and this is going to be a slight spoiler for Risk Legacy. So if you haven't played Risk Legacy and you plan on it,
Stop now.
stop and skip forward a little bit maybe, or just stop and never hear what we have to say at the end of this video. But I think Risk Legacy had a way better legacy system in how it played out. And this one, if I play again, which I don't think I will, I'm excited for Season 2, but I don't think I'm going to replay Season 1. If I play this again, it's going to have that same linear progression. The months will be the same.
Yeah.
Whereas in Risk Legacy, when I played, sometimes packs got open randomly as events occurred, which would make every game different. You could be playing with different aspects and components that you weren't playing with in a whole different instance of a campaign. While this game was super fun and I looked forward to it every time I finished, I wanted to play again. I was kind of disappointed in when I compared it to the other Legacy game. So
this game is super fun. I really liked that it mattered what you did in this game to the next, because outbreaks mattered. Because that's and there was one month where we knew we were going to lose. We figured we didn't have enough time to cure, and so then instead of trying to cure, we tried to strategize, and thank goodness we did, because that's what won us the game. Because we decided to vaccinate. This was towards the end of November or October. We decided to vaccinate instead of trying to cure, so that we could win. And so I just like that that legacy aspect. Super fun. BGG rating 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Pandemic Legacy Season 1. We've presented the evidence.
You be the judge.